Guys, this is the craziest Afcon final I've ever witnessed. Look, I do not know what you expected from an Afcon final, but this one, with the drama in it, it blew my mind. The script couldn't have been written any better. I want to ask you, how would you describe the Afcon final? Let me know it down below in the comments. You see, Morocco, every single team that played against them were complaining about officiating. Cameroon complained. Nigeria complained. Today, we all saw it. They almost, in fact, they robbed Senegal. It was God that intervened. They robbed Senegal. If not for God, Senegal wouldn't have won the Afcon. God intervened. And I always say this, every day for the thief, one day for the master. Today, they tried to win it by hook or crook. The whole of Africa stood. We were like, no, you are not going to accept this. And I like the fact that the Senegalese players, they left the pitch in protest of the bad officiating that happened in that game. This game was going fine. The referee destroyed the rhythm of the game with bad officiating. Everything started when Senegal scored their first goal in the game. Now, guys, you can have a look at this incident and tell me whether this is a foul or not. This is not a foul. But the referee wanted to do something and put Morocco in pole position to win the Afcon. Everything is going in favor of Morocco. When they disallowed the goal that was scored by Senegal, in fact, they did not complain. They tried, but it just did not work because the game has to flow. The referee says no. There was no opportunity for VAR to even check it because the referee had already whistled. Because if the referee knew he wasn't too sure, he could have consulted the VAR and said, oh, check that goal, check the foul before the goal, if he should have stood. But no, the game continued and everything played in favor of Morocco throughout the game. But that one, it was just clear and everybody was quiet. Few minutes later, there was a penalty decision that happened in that game. From a corner kick, it was between Diop and also Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz was on this referee. Go and check the VAR. Go and check. In fact, look, he was on the referee. Go and check the VAR. The referee was like, okay. It was like a master talking to a servant. Okay, I'll go and check it. So he went to check it. And when he went to check it, honestly, if they're applying rules to rules, that was a foul. I'm not complaining. But as a referee, why didn't you check the previous one? You were too sure of the previous one. How come you are not too sure of this? You have to go and check VAR. And it was a penalty decision. Now, the Senegalese players, they were asking the referee, we just scored a goal. And the fouls look too similar. They're almost the same fouls. How come you take one and disallow one? And in fact, reward a penalty to Morocco getting to the dying minute of the game. So the Senegalese players were like, we are not playing this game. The coach was like, come back. No, we are not playing it. Some of them went to the dressing room. Some of them were around. We saw people making calls. Who were they talking to? We saw people making calls. I'm sure they were begging Senegal, come back, we beg you. Otherwise, this will be embarrassing for Africa. This will be embarrassing for CAF. They were begging. They had to beg the players. So you could see Sadio Mane, as a leader he is, had to tell the players, you know what? Listen, let's come onto the pitch. He was telling the players, come onto the pitch. Let's continue this game. We have to finish the game. That is true leadership. And for that, he has earned my respect. True leadership. But then if that game has to resume, that means that penalty would have to be taken. And it was taken. Look, initially, it was En-Nesyri that was supposed to take that penalty. I don't know the conversation between En-Nesyri and Brahim Diaz. But at the end of the day, Brahim Diaz was taking the penalty. Maybe he wanted to maintain his goal king spot. It's not like he was in danger. So what was the reason behind him taking the penalty? And he wanted to try a Penenka. Do you think Mendy is just any goalkeeper? He wanted to try a Penenka. Look, for those who are saying, oh, he played that ball for the game to be settled so that the controversies will be over. No, he intended to score the goal. He played a Penenka, it just did not work because we serve a God who never fails. We serve a God who never fails because God did not want to watch this happen. This criminology happened. Daylight robbery happened in the Afcon. And God intervened. Look at the penalty they played. Upon him, holding the referee, hammering the referee, being the referee face, telling the referee that go and check the VAR. He had the opportunity to, okay, you want to still ask, okay, take the Afcon. You wouldn't even score a penalty. That is how God works. If you don't believe in God, at least this game should tell you something. Believe in God. God can make things happen. Don't give up. Senegal did not give up. Immediately the penalty was played and it was missed. That game ended. And that gave pressure to Morocco, because at the end of the day, you just missed the penalty. There was pressure on Morocco. Few minutes into the extra time, Senegal scored a wonderful goal by Pape. And I knew in that moment, Senegal were through. No matter what Morocco would do, it was over. At that point, even the referee, if he had done a mistake, and even do a single mistake when it comes to decision making, refereeing, the whole of Africa would have been on that pitch. That is the honest truth. Today, the whole of Africa stood in solidarity. We wanted the right thing to be done. That is the honest truth. Because, how can one country play against so many other countries and still everyone is complaining about penalty, officiating, this, that? Cameroon complained. Who listened to them? No one. We were like, oh, it's nothing. Let's take it. It's not anything. Nigeria complained. Who listened? We were here fighting with Nigeria. Oh, it's not anything. Today we all saw it. And that is the right thing. The protest on the pitch was the best. And I'm sure the CAF president would have been calling the players, I beg you, don't make this embarrassing for me. Because this beautiful final has been marred by bad officiating. Good performance, but it was a good game throughout. But bad officiating. Now, you see, we can't even talk about the performance of the game from start to finish. We are all talking about what happened in that few 10 to 15 minutes getting to the end of the game. You know why? Because of CAF. Corruption, daylight. You want to let Morocco win it at all costs, by hook or crook. As I always say, every day for the thief, one day for the master. Today, we held the master by the neck. We were not going to agree, and I'm happy that Senegal won the Afcon. It's in West Africa, which is the most important thing. West Africa, it should remain here. That is what we want. Senegal played a very good football game today. They deserve that particular one with the way they played. I'm not saying Morocco did not deserve it, but everything was going in their favor. And it got to a point, it was just becoming too annoying. If you want to win an Afcon, win it fairly. Don't go and be doing things behind closed doors. And that referee, I don't know, I won't say anything, but God will judge you. As simple as that. And today, I think Africa won. This is how the script could have ended. Because this drama, if it had ended with Morocco winning this Afcon, I'm not sure CAF will hear the last of it. I'm telling you, CAF will not hear the last of it. This is how the Afcon should have ended. That is how the script was written. That's why I said at the beginning, I did not expect this script for the Afcon final. The script is just crazy, full of drama. And the Afcon had so many people engaged, they were involved. And I'm telling you, Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon, all the West African countries were emotionally attached. They just wanted Senegal to win because we don't like it. We don't like it when other countries are bullied. On top of what? So guys, I'm going to end it here. Let me know your thoughts about the finals. Morocco, they are out. They should go and cry on their own corner. Senegal won it. We are happy for them. We are happy it's in West Africa. Congratulations to Senegal for winning the Afcon title. We are happy about it. But let me know your thoughts concerning the final. It was just crazy in my own opinion. My name is Adam. I'm a Ghanaian. And this is my honest review of the Afcon final. I'll make sure to see you in the next one. Charlie, we go vibe.